Hey guys, so originally I wanted to upload a different video today, but as it's taking a bit longer than I had hoped, I'm going to move it to next Friday. So if this video seems a little rushed, it's because, well, it is. Still, that's not to say as if this is a throwaway video, because this is something that I've been thinking about for a while, and now seems like a good time to talk about it. So as many of you know, they recently made a change to Agger's Fever. People had been complaining since it came out that it was inconvenient how you couldn't turn it off. At the Heidel Ball, one of the questions was about this proposed change, and a week later we received a toggle function to Agger's Fever. I think the reason behind this quick change was due to 1, the large outcry for it to happen, and 2, it isn't exactly a difficult thing to implement. So with that being said, here are 3 easy changes I think everyone agrees Black Desert Online needs. The first change is regarding Red Battlefield, or RBF, team balance. Now, hear me out before you click away or skip this change. I'm not saying balance teams based on classes or skill. Class balance is always constantly changing, so that would be a hard thing to balance teams around, and there's no system currently in the game that can measure a player's skill. However, there is one measure of a player that is always relevant to PvP, in which Perlibus already has a system in place for, and that is a player's gear score. The system I'm referring to is that of Team Battle. Yes, it's a real thing. No, I don't blame you for not knowing about it. Team Battle is another one of those infamous good on paper, bad in execution ideas that Perlibus has a lot of, and is basically dead content. But the important part of Team Battle is how it assigns teams. It makes teams based around the gear score of its players to try and make the most balanced teams possible. It shouldn't be that difficult to apply this same system to RBF. Now obviously competitors are locked into Team Battle before the fight starts, so in that regard there will have to be some tweaks to the function, but the framework and core idea are there. And God knows we need some balance of any kind in RBF. Anyone who's spent at least a few hours in RBF has had one of those games, where your entire team is made up of trial characters that have their minimaps turned off, and the entire enemy team is Snake, Cho, and Black Rose members who've all seemingly joined the same Discord just to coordinate your misery. Hell, sometimes RBF doesn't even put the same amount of people on each team. I can specifically remember a time where we had 10 guildies for an RBF, and the teams were split 6-4. Someone on the 6-man team left and rejoined and got put on the same team. Point being, RBF has to change. The second change is a change to Emergency Escape, or V as it's commonly known, because that's the keybind. Now I think there are a lot of issues that people have with V in various regards, however the change I'm going to be talking about is regarding the activation of V. V has gone through several iterations over the years, and honestly, I think this version we have now is probably the worst one. One of the reasons for this being that you can't even use it if you're in certain situations. What are those certain situations? Hell, I don't even know. People have told me what they are before, but then I either witness someone V when they're not supposed to be able to, or I just do it myself. Although this could just be desync related, there's really no way of telling. But why does V not work in certain situations in the first place? This is a really out of place change that they made at some point late last year that I don't remember a single person asking for, and has received nothing but complaints since then, and for good reason. V is essentially a get out of jail free card, or an extra life on a 5-minute cooldown. The only thing that should stop V from being used is the cooldown on the skill itself and literally nothing else. I will never understand the logic of making your get out of jail free card only useful on certain CCs. For the last change, we're going to be talking about Node Wars. Shout out to Frosty for bringing this point up to me because I haven't Node Warred in so long that I completely forgot about it. What we're talking about is Escape in Node Wars. So in case you aren't aware, Escape refers to the escape button you can access through the escape menu. It essentially teleports your character to a safe location, and as far as I'm aware, was originally designed with the intent of preventing characters from being stuck. However, there is a huge issue with people using this function in Node Wars. Specifically, they have it set up to where they can almost instantly use Escape whenever they get CC'd to get out of dying. Not only is this the most unsatisfying thing imaginable for the person who would have gotten the kill, but it's also just a straight up advantage not having to wait out the death timer like everyone else. Now there's a couple easy ways to fix this. First, you could make it to where you can't use Escape unless your character is standing completely still and not doing anything, or you could give it a small channel of like 3 seconds. Hell, you could even smack a 5-minute cooldown on it. This is one of those things that's been in the game for so long, and I don't understand why it hasn't been changed yet. So anyway guys, that's the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think about these changes, and I'm especially keen to hear if anyone disagrees with me. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts on these changes are. If you agreed with everything I said, then please share this video, or at least carry these changes and points with you into your own discussions. Again, part of the reason Agris Fever got changed so quickly was because there was a large outcry for it. If we raise enough awareness about these issues, then we can get them to make these changes just like they did with Agris Fever. But whether you agree or not, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Check out the podcast on the channel, and I will talk to you all later.